All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to review GraphLinq, a software company in the blockchain space. So what do? They basically offer software services for companies, allowing companies, helping companies integrate into the blockchain. And they do that through visual workflows. Like SolidWorks is software or whatever. It's just a software company. This is my visualization tool, my model for predicting price performance. And we'll get deep. We'll go ahead and do the analysis later in the video. But to just summarize, what they do is this is what they do. This is what they offer. This is imagining if you were to sit and write a program, you would have to do this by line. But doing this visualization software, it might help. It can reduce workflow. It could reduce the cost of time of learning and all that kind of stuff. And so like they can help businesses integrate with blockchains. As time goes on, I think that if a businesses do not have blockchain, they will become irrelevant. They will die. So all the world's business will move into working with blockchains, and this company is right there in the front, helping, like in a good position to capture some of that workflow. And so that's one of the reasons I did ultimately decide to buy this token, because I think that there is an opportunity here. To basically summarize what they do, what problem do they solve? They're virtual workflow graphs, IDEs, integrated development environment in a multi-chain environment, allowing for Polkadot, Ethereum, stuff like that to interconnect with each other, allowing programmers and developers and businesses to integrate their businesses, their tasks, automation, etc. into the blockchain using this visualization tools kit or this software. They automate on and off chain tasks. And they just use these little nodes, data nodes. I don't need to get too much in the weeds of that. And it'll run on it will run this packages, its services on its own blockchain, which I find pretty cool. Eventually, its own proof of stake blockchain, and so that blockchain will be in a pretty good position, like to connect with other blockchains, because their blockchain is going to be a blockchain communicating with, it'd be like Chainlink, right? This project is really undervalued now that I'm even thinking about it. Like I had an epiphany just now as I'm reviewing it, that these guys are going to be launching their own blockchain. And I mean, if they're helping businesses integrate into the blockchain space, their blockchain is going to be connected to a lot of business. And this is making me even more bullish. I'm probably going to buy some more tokens after this. Just kidding. But maybe I could actually, I'm being serious here. I'm getting more bullish, like the fact that they're making their own blockchain, and you're going to have businesses, like they're going to work directly with businesses, with the software connection. That means their blockchain could be connected to all these businesses. So that's very, very bullish on this project. This thing is really undervalued, man. Okay, so yeah, man, you can hear me. Like my model predicts that it's going to be bullish. That's the reason I bought. But man, like having that epiphany right now, that's making me like realize I need to move this thing up, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and review this thing. Price, I do expect the price to perform. I do expect the price to perform. It is a low market cap, right? It is a low market cap. It's early with social media, and it has a live niche. So this is very bullish. Like my model predicts that this thing will do really well. All right. So future increase in demand for the token, I expect that to be the case. Future market excitement from price momentum, more likely. Current awareness is low before the hype stage, absolutely. The team Twitter is very low. They're practically invisible. Project Twitter followers, 10K, so it's very low. A low YouTube exposure, exactly. They did, they had some sponsorships, but it's very small. Telegram is very small, so all of these things are small. Their social media awareness is small. They do have some sponsorships on YouTube, and there will be more marketing in the future, more likely. So that's that. Now the mainnet launch is in Q2, so it's going to come up pretty soon. But the GLQ migration is in Q4. So so it's it's going to be launching all of, like its mainnet, all of that kind of stuff over this year. Okay, so big events So that stuff is going to likely to create more momentum, more excitement. Money needed to move price up decreases. I think that's the case. Token on the sell side to decrease. I expect that to be the case. This is irrelevant. This dividend irrelevancy. So token supply distribution. This one's actually one of the good ones where 50% is already been sold. It is a low cap. This is a low cap gem, guys. 25 million market cap, 38 million diluted. So this is a gem. This is a gem, guys, straight up. Recent price action, it's only 2 to 3x since March, and that's pretty low for crypto. Low inflation rate. It has a pretty low inflation rate, so that's good. The token is used for DAO. It'll be used for a DAO in the future. Token, for future devs. Pay for fees and graph engine. So like that engine that you saw doing these things to pay for those fees is going to, the token is used for that, and it keeps those things live. So when a business integrates with blockchains and it has all of these nodes connected, those nodes are going to be run, those validators are going to be run by this graph token, and it'll be used for every financial transaction. On the network. Glow keeps the graphs running, right? It keeps every node that a business ends up setting through their software. Value of the target market is huge. In the U.S. alone, it's a $389 billion market is software business services. We know that crypto is going to incorporate all of the world's business, so there's a huge market for that. Currently about $400 billion after crypto, and I think after crypto it'll grow, so it'll probably be a $4 trillion market. Because software is growing, and it's probably going to grow by tenfold. So we're talking about a $4 trillion market here. And this one is like in a very good position to capture some significant amounts of that. So yeah, this is a gem. This is definitely a gem. And I'm actually convincing myself even more. Like my model is predicting that it was bullish, but my imagination with this proof of stake blockchain is making me realize if they work with businesses in this software, and they have their own blockchain, that blockchain by default will be connected to all these businesses. So that means this could be a major player from a blockchain standpoint. This could be like something like an infrastructure blockchain. They might not have the best programmers in the world working with them, but they will be, from a business standpoint, connected, very well connected from using the software toolkit. So they could, this could be a very big project. Fees that burn tokens. They have that, their token is going to be burned as it's getting used through transaction fees. All these transaction fees go to burning the token. So that is bullish for, price action. And, this team hasn't been super greedy. Also, market cap per account, like it's low. This is lower than normal. So that is showing you that there's less cash in this per person than is normal. So that is another very bullish indicator. Okay. Niche. It is currently serving a niche. This thing is servicing that software environment. Its interface is live, even though the blockchain isn't. They are a trusted solution right now, but they are live. Here's what some of the, so it's not negative, but it is the less bullish stuff, right? The CEO, these are good working people, but this is the proving ground. This blockchain, they don't have any, when in projects that I like to invest in, I usually like to look at their track record, and I like to see if they have a $1 billion startup or if they have inventions, and they don't have either one of those things. But so that means this is the proving ground. That just means there's additional risk to the team. That this blockchain, this project is where they have to prove themselves. Obviously, they can fail. That's the world. 90% of projects fail, right? But this is their proving ground. This is where they're going to create their reputation. They don't have any $1 billion startups in the past, and they don't have any inventions that I could find. So, that's what I mean by it's a proving ground. So that's just an additional amount of risk. That's the most negative I can really get. But they, obviously they are smart people. So, it's not like I'm saying anything negative there. It's just, there's no inventions and there's no $1 billion startups, but they're a very technical team. As far as can the team deliver, absolutely, I think they can. Evidence of ability to deliver. They have 5 years of engineering sciences. Nicholas Martinez does, and he loves scripting tasks, etc., etc. And they have a live product. Having a live product means more to me than half these people with good resumes, right? And this is Frederick Mavaho, the CEO, who's a software engineer, and he's done a couple of small startups before. But yeah. So the team does seem very capable to me. Long-term vision and strategy. They have solid use case of visualization, integrated development environment for businesses on the blockchain, drag and drop interface. So it's a very beautiful product, and it will make workflow easier for businesses as they on-ramp into this new economy. Strategic partnerships and backers. Polygon partnership. Right now. That partnership might not mean much in the future when they make their own blockchain, but right now that's good for making sure that they launch on Ethereum or whatever is inexpensive. Unicrypt, which is a decentralized service provider, is also one of their partners. So the team vetted, like I said, I just put this as risky, but it's not super risky, they're not vetted, because they don't have any major investors, etc. That I could find. But they, as far as, this project is their proving ground. So that's just basically the emphasis on that. This token will be in control of the project, so it'll be important for the future of the project. Basically, that the token will be in control of the project. The reason why I say that's important is because you want the token to be in control. It gives an additional value to the future of the project. It gives up the point for the team to own the project, and that's what you like to see. Best of the competition. Basically, software development assistance and visualization. Parsec is similar, but not really. They're very unique. There's not much that I see going on there from that standpoint. They're very unique from the visualization end. So I think that they're going to capture some of that, and then trying to make businesses integration into blockchain easier. And that's a huge market. It's going to be a massive market. As far as governance, that you'll be in control of fees, you'll be in control of whatever's added, nodes are added to their software kit. Best things to build, you'll direct, voting, the governance will vote on what's the best services to build from the team, and community decide future of the platform. So the token is ownership of the platform, which is once again what you like to see. All of this is irrelevant. It's stuff that's not relevant to this. It could be built in the future, and when it does, or if it does, then then it's something I could add. But right now, it's just stuff that's left out. Developer compensation, future operations, 28% of supply of the token. So they have a huge compensation package for developers. Their token supply for development is existent, so they have the funds from their token ready for development. High value upgrades, I expect that to be there. You can take a look at the roadmap, and they have all these cool things coming up. So the value of the services to increase over time. I expect that to be the case. And so, I expect I expect it to get more and more valuable over time. And businesses are literally, here's one of the reasons I'm bullish, and even making this video, I'd become more bullish, and I'm going to probably buy some more even after this video, is because of this right here. Large businesses have all the money, and they're going to be working directly with businesses, doing business software solutions. And so businesses will own their token to run their services on their proof of stake blockchain, which means their blockchain will be connected to businesses, and they will have a sales team. So obviously it depends on how good their sales team is, et cetera, and how competitive they are, et cetera. But they're in a very good place for their blockchain, their proof of stake blockchain, to integrate into all these businesses, and I think that's very bullish for the future of this project. Not to mention, they're not super greedy with the token distribution. The token distribution is actually halfway decent. And this is a microcap. So this thing is a very good find. Very good find. Very, very, very good find. Clear mission statement, not that important. Now, once again, the risk is, that this is the proving ground for this development team. When I invested in Celsius, it was a similar market cap to this. Actually, this has half the market cap that Celsius did when I invested. But, Alex Mashinsky had inventions, and he had billion-dollar startups in his past, right? So it was a no-brainer. This one, they have to prove, they have to prove themselves, and I've already said that, so I'm not going to repeat it. Sometimes I repeat myself, but, that's what I'm just trying to break, get it out there. All right, so as far as external transfer catalyst inhibitor, once people build, what this means is like how hard will it be to retain your customers. That's what this measurement says. And I think that using this integrated software, once they capture a customer, they're going to be a lifelong customer. That's an inherent structure of this business. That's what I'm saying with this metric. So that's something bullish for as far as how their token will perform. Is basically they will retain like whatever customers they capture. They do have a marketing department, so I expect future marketing plans to happen in the future, which all of these things will lead to more adoption. As far as difficulty of internal transfer, capturing new people, I don't think those are going to be too difficult for them to do because they're in a emerging market where that's going to have plenty of opportunities for that. So I think that more people will be using the platform. And, this is all Ethereum stuff with exchanges, and I see that being bullish into the future. So basically, this is a very, very strong project. And I think I'm going to double down on my position. I'm actually going to say that I am moving this conviction over. And even after this review, I had that epiphany, and I'm going to probably double this position like this. So that's going to be the position that I take on this. And I think that the odds are that this is probably going to perform. I think statistically speaking, it's going to be, it's probably going to be, I think that the odds are that it could be a strong performer based on that new, thinking that I have. Okay, so the cons, I think that they are a little bit early. And it's a proving ground for the team. The team has to prove themselves on this project. The pros, I think that they are I have it as a pro and a con, okay? So timing is everything. It's a pro that they're early, and it's also a con that they're early, right? Because, they are before businesses are really, there is a lot of businesses, we're right here, right? We're in the beginning stages of blockchain, So they're a little bit early, but that's good because they'll be ready, so it could be seen as a pro or con. I'm going to go ahead and say it's more of a pro, but, timing-wise, they might be a little early, but I think that it could still happen. It's a low market cap gem. This is, these are hard to find in today's market, right? So this thing could be, 100x sitting right in front of us. It could be 100x this year, right? Large target market. We're talking about we're talking like $400 trillion market. Like I said in talking here, software development is $4 trillion. Well, actually, if this is a blockchain, then it's actually targeting infrastructure. It's targeting the whole thing. So it could be a 400 target. So it's a huge market. There's plenty of room for that. Q2 mainnet launch, that'll most likely get some hype, and the token migration before end of year. So that will also get hype. Now, I am concerned about where we are in the bull market. I think that we might, the bull market has been going on for a while, so that's a risk factor to consider. But I am going to double my position. Now, this is the way I see crypto, in general, and where I think this particular project is. I think it's right here. You can see this right here. I think it's right here. And I think, maybe a 10x, maybe a 100x. And then we're going to see a bear market. And then we're going to see another, probably 100x in the next bull market. And then, you'll get another pullback. And then you see another 100x in the next bull market. I'm thinking that's the way this project will go. As adoption, this overall curve represents adoption. This is where I think we are. My pen just stopped. Okay, this is where I think we are in the adoption curve. We're still before this hyper phase of adoption for crypto. The institutions still have not showed up. Some of the evidence is look at Dogecoin. Retail still has control over the market. I think this is going to be the blockchain decade. This is going to be a 10-year process for this adoption to get to the 50% mark. I think it's going to be about 10 years and this is half of the world's businesses. So I am thinking that this will be $200 trillion to enter the space in this decade. And then, the rest, the other half shortly after. But once you get to the 50%, that's where, the growth, a lot of the growth is captured. 100x in 5 years. You know, yeah, I think this token might be 100x in 5 years. I actually think it might be 1,000x in 5 years. So this is a gem. This is a token. This project is a gem, and you know, this is where I see crypto being right now. And you know, we're in super early, so I'm very, 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 very bullish on this project. You know, and as you can see, I was even won over by, you know, just giving it some extra thought. You know, because I made this this whole review like the other day, gave myself a break, and my brain had some time to think about it. All right, guys, so if you like this review, please like and subscribe. My Patreons see everything first, so they're going to see this low market cap gem first before anyone else. So that is something to consider. And I look forward to bringing you guys the best content in the future that I can. All right, guys.